Hey guys, good evening here from Iceland. It's almost 10 p.m. here. I was actually meaning to do a video this morning while we were doing the tour about three of the Villar stocks. However, things got a bit busy and uh, I'm sorry, I'm just doing it now. So, no outdoor shots for those who requested more of that. We're doing it here indoor, but still very, very chilly. For those asking about an update on the PSEI, I posted a video on that. It's in my YouTube page. Or if you want to get more updates on the latest videos that we've created all about stock investing, trading, bitcoins, business entrepreneurship. It's all at marvingirmo.com. It's also in my Facebook page and it's also in YouTube. So now, what are the three stocks that I'd like to mention? They're all under the context of the Villar stocks. They are STR, HVN, and VLL, all of which have had significant movements in their stock prices. As you all know, the context of everything that we're talking about is literally based on technical analysis. As you guys know, I'm pretty much a guy who follows charts. I'm a chartist. I love fundamentals as well, but I'm a fundamentals and a technicals person. I don't speculate. I don't try to guess. I try just to base things on what the numbers tells me. And that's something that has been I guess instilled in me since I was trading and ever since I started. So for those who are new to this series, it's mostly based on technicals and fundamentals because that's for me my context on why and where I am investing. Alright, so let's start first with Vistaland because Vistaland was very, very interesting. We talked about this in great lengths also in Stock Smart's London. So for those who are in London who are listening to this, this is a continuation of our topics there, and I hope that this furthers your conviction on how we go and buy and trade and sell stocks with great ease and confidence. One thing that's interesting about Vistaland is value turnover has been very, very strong. It hit around 316 million pesos just for today's trading day, which in all intents and purposes is something that's very, very strong already. With that as well, throughout this entire movement of Vistaland going up, money has been moving in, but it's not just moving in. Volume has also accompanied it. So what does this mean to everything? If the stock is going up and volume is there, it means that the movement is pretty much supported and part and parcel of people being involved in the stock. So pretty much good for Vistaland as of this point in time. But just to note, though, from a support and resistance level, I mentioned this in previous videos that the bounce, the turnaround was from the breakout of 6 peso resistance, but after that the stock started to propel upward. I mentioned this also in a previous video that there's a resistance at around 7 pesos per share, which we're now at the third trading day that it failed to close above 7 pesos. So if you're a quick trader, please watch out for this. Please reference this already. Should there be more hesitation in the next few days for Vistaland to break past 7, it will be a trigger already for you as a quick trader to take profits for the stock. Remember, context of quick trading, most of our trades are based on range type of moves. It's based on how we plot our support and resistances. So for those who get the context of this, that's the context of our quick trading, especially for those who attended our sessions. Please reference it that way. Now, from a position trading perspective, the stock is still bullish and the trend is still pretty much headed up. There's still no signs of a trend reversal. There's still no signs of any reverse movements in the stock as of this point in time. So two things to consider if you're a quick trader: failure to break out from 7, any hesitations the next few trading days at 7 will not be broken is a take profit signal. From a position trading perspective, though, trend is still bullish. You don't need to sell yet. Please take note of this also. Should VLL break out and stay above 7, the next target price for it will be number 1 at 7.4, which isn't far from where we are now. And lastly, which this will give it a much bigger upside. Breakout from 7.4 will bring it to around 8.45 pesos per share. So interesting days for Vistaland. Stock is still bullish short, mid, and long term, with the exception of the resistance that I mentioned. And while this is all happening, money is still moving in. So that's one. We have Vistaland. Number two, I'd like to talk about Golden Haven. Golden Haven has pretty much been outperforming all of the other stocks in the market. And what's nice about that is when you use technicals, no, you don't have to look at news. Everything that you need to know is found in the stock. When Vistaland made its strong move last January 22, just a couple of days ago, volume was pretty much part of it. Money was moving in. Momentum oscillators were showing that price momentum was headed upward. And until that point in time, and from that point in time to where we are now, it hasn't disappointed. It hasn't, as compared to Vistaland, Golden Haven doesn't have any resistance yet, meaning buyers are still dominating the stock, regardless if it's based on speculation or hype or news, or people are anticipating things. For me, the chart discounts everything. What I need to know is found in the chart, and the chart is telling me that, hey, guess what? It's still breaking out. It's still moving up. You still have some movements in the stock that are causing it to be bullish. So for those who position from the breakout of 26, a couple of things. Number one, quick traders and position traders, no sell signal yet. Feel free to hold. You have to remember, from 26 to where we are now, that's a large gain, but the ability to produce, the ability to make money in the market is when you know how to maximize your trades very well, when you know how to hold, when you know when not to sell, when you know that and you have the firm conviction that if the charts and the parameters are telling you that there's no reversal yet, or there's no sell signal yet, that you don't do so, that you just follow your technique, you just follow your style, you just follow what needs to be done, and you just follow the parameters that you have set out for it. So as of now, both quick trading and position trading, Golden Haven, just position, hold, and you don't need to sell as of this point in time. One thing to consider though for Golden Haven is this, as compared to what do you call this, as compared to the other days, volume since the breakout on 23 and 24 has started to slip down. So that's something worth considering. I pretty much peg volume in the same value as price, that if the stock is going up and volume is not there, it somehow removes the level of conviction that there is to it, no. But if from where it is right now, volume starts to increase further, volume starts to pick up, that can compensate for the lack of volume that it had just a couple of days ago. So Golden Haven last value turnover is around 54 million, which for me is relatively respectable, relatively okay when it comes to the way you would analyze it. All right, and lastly, let's look at STR. Star Malls. Star Malls had a bit of correction, 1 2 3 4 5 days of the stock going down. It hit 29, failed to hold 17, then started to bounce as it hit a very weak support at around 13 pesos per share. So what we're seeing now is the stock bouncing off of that. However, the difference between STR and VLL and Golden Haven is STR is money's moving out of it. From a price perspective though, if it goes above and breaks out around 18 pesos per share, please take note of this. If STR stays above and breaks out of 18, it has the ability to challenge and go back to 29. So please take note of this. For those who have positions and it breaks out of 18, there can be an upside movement that will bring the stock further to 29. However, if it fails to break out of 18, fails to stay to 18, it can retrace back to around 10.7 pesos per share for the short term. So that's it. 3 Villar Stocks. Interesting that a lot of you guys have sent requests about it. I got around hundreds of requests for those 3 stocks alone. So this is a special stocks by request based on what you guys have sent out. So Vistaland, STR, and Golden Haven, all Villar stocks, all have been pretty much been talked about over the past few days. So that's it. I'll still be here in Iceland up until next week. Then I'll be back in Manila just for a day. Then fly to Hong Kong. Then I'll fly to Dubai for Stock Smart's UAE, which is happening in the second week of February. So I'm pumped and excited for that. To our kababayans there, I hope to see you. I go to Dubai twice a year for Stock Smarts. For this year, at least, it will be twice a year. So I'm pretty much excited to be part of your journey. To those who've already signed up, I think we have 50 plus people per session already that have signed up. It's such an honor to be part of your journey. You have to remember that your greatest asset is yourself. Your greatest asset is your mind. The more you know, the greater financial decisions or the better financial decisions you will make. And whatever you invest in yourself, no one can take that away from you, because you are your greatest investment. You have something that can propel you to the next level, and the fact that you are investing in yourself speak large volumes of what matters to you and what's important to you. You have to remember this. Please don't chase money. Chase after the ability to create wealth, and then money will just follow. I love talking about stocks, but it's never about making so much money, but it's all about you as an individual having the opportunity to create wealth where you are, because I really believe that this is the time for more and more Filipinos to be financially free, more and more Filipinos to take investing and business to the next level. So that's it. After Dubai, we'll be in Manila. Whole March will be all about stock investing for Filipinos in Manila. So that's it. Thank you to everyone who's been following this series in Iceland. I hope videos like this will just bring you along and just encourage you, inspire you that you can be financially free, that you can live your life at your own terms, that you get to do things not limited by what your bank account will dictate, not limited by what your history is, but you can do things based on what has been placed in your heart. So that's it for now. More and more videos still in the next days. For those who are requesting for my wife to be included in the videos, I'll make more of those also as the days will go by. So this is Marvin Germo from Iceland, still waiting for the Northern Lights. We're up, waiting, hoping that it comes out. I hope this video has helped you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon. God bless you.